ban on the registration of new diesel cars over 2000cc in Delhi is going to continue after a hearing at the Supreme Court today. Let's get an Arun Nair who joins in with all the latest details. Arun. Right, and that's, we will just be hearing out the lawyers speaking on the same, and as you can see, that's the news that is flashing on your screens with respect to the ban on the registration of over 2000cc diesel vehicles in NCR region. That is going to be continuing. And let's connect then with Arun Nair, who joins in with the latest details. Arun, fill us in.
Well, this Supreme Court has extended that ban, which was coming to an end today. 31st of March is what the court had said. The order would continue, which was delivered on December 16 last year. This order on registration of diesel vehicles, which are over 2000cc in the National Capital Region, would continue till the court further.
As far as the diesel vehicles are concerned, court has fixed the case for hearing sometime next week or next to next week on a Saturday, so that all the parties may be heard. There was another application filed by individual operators, taxi operators, seeking some more time for conversion of their diesel vehicles into CNG vehicles. Court has granted them 1 month's period to convert the vehicles from diesel to CNG. That's it. अच्छा ये 2000 सीसी से ज़्यादा इंजन की जो गाड़ियां थी जो डीजल से चलती थी, उसके स्टे को वकेट करने के लिए जो रिक्वेस्ट की गई थी, उसको आदरणीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोला है कि वो किसी शनिवार को पूरे दिन बैठ के सुनेंगे. सब व्हीकल मैन्युफैक्चरर्स अपने ओपिनियन और अपने दस्तावेज सामने प्रस्तुत करेंगे और डिसाइड किया जाएगा. कुछ टैक्सी ऑपरेटर्स 100 से ज़्यादा लोगों ने भी रिक्वेस्ट की थी सुप्रीम कोर्ट से कि हमें कन्वर्जन डीजल व्हीकल से सीएनजी व्हीकल्स में करने के लिए थोड़ा टाइम दिया जाए. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने 1 महीने का और टाइम दे दिया है और मैटर की सुनवाई अभी थोड़े समय बाद हो जाएगी. अपने नाम से विजय सोंधी, I represent Toyota Kirloskar and these individual taxi operators. Thank you.
You have it. That is a big developing story right now. Let's get in Jagdish Khattar, who joins in, market veteran in this space. And Jagdish, just wanted to talk about the latest news development. The diesel car ban is going to continue on over 2000cc vehicles in NCR. I just want to understand, from purely a sentimental impact, what is it that you think it's going to be? Okay, we're going to connect in the meantime with Ashwin Patel, who joins in. He's research analyst auto at LKP Securities. Ashwin, the latest news out with respect to the diesel car ban continuing. I just want to understand your thoughts on what kind of an impact this would be, and was this something that was largely expected, or has it come as a surprise?
No, this has not come as a surprise. I think that the pollution issues in Delhi are not yet settled, and it was expected to get continued even in FY17. So I think that is quite in line with what the scenario is over there. So the companies which are having higher, utility vehicles and premium or luxury cars, those who are in those segments, they will continue to get impacted in FY17 as well. So I think among the listed spaces, Mahindra & Mahindra is one of the company which is having Bolero, SsangYong Rexton, Scorpio, Thar, XUV 500, all these vehicles whose displacement capacity is higher than 2000cc. Also, Tata Motors is having Ariya, Safari Storm, Sumo Gold, Xenon. All these vehicles are there in that space, so they will continue to get impacted. Till I think for some more time to come in the future, in FY17 at least.
Right. So, I just want to understand from you as to, what the likely scenario is in terms of, what this diesel ban could lead to for some of the key players, as you just flagged off as well, such as Tata Motors as well as Mahindra. Do you think this could see some sort of a major restructuring as well from some of the major car makers?
Yes, earlier, post such kind of decisions which have come from Supreme Court, Mahindra & Mahindra has come out in the open and they have already said that they are investing a lot into R&D this year, and that may hurt their margins in FY17. And they are trying to make petrol vehicles just like how they have landed now with KUV100, both in petrol as well as diesel versions. So going forward also, the new vehicles or the existing vehicles, they will be trying to make them compliant with both diesel as well as petrol. So I think a lot of expenditure will go under it for most of the car makers, so that NCR, which is an important market for most of them, about 7 to 8% of sales come from volumes. In terms of volumes, come from these markets for these companies. So it's an important market, and it may happen in other markets as well, not only NCR or Delhi, but it may come to
Ashwin,
Mumbai
I
also.
request you to stay on with us. Jagdish Khattar of Carnation Auto is with us. And Mr. Khattar, I just want to understand, this is a move that was not entirely unanticipated, but what is going to be the impact given the fact that the diesel car ban is now going to continue in the NCR region?
See, all I can say is that we were expecting that in this hearing, some clarity will come so that the automobile industry knows what is the way forward. Now, by just extending it, I mean, one is supposing that within the period of these 3 years, some reports would have come, some study would have been made, and some informed decision would have been taken. Now, that has been postponed. What my worry is that if you read the papers, some applications have been filed in various other high courts in Bombay and other cities asking for the same. So, some people were waiting that probably in this hearing some clarity will come and we would know the way forward. Now that clarity is not there. We might see the High Court taking similar decisions, so there will be more confusion about it. So I think the impact is already there. But it is necessary, for the automobile industry to know what is the way forward. One side we are talking about Euro 6, Euro 5, and then there are individual bans. I mean, it's very unfortunate that that situation continues.
Oh, yes, indeed. Let's, in fact, get in a player within the space. We've got Vikram Kirloskar, VC Toyota Kirloskar also joining in. Mr. Kirloskar, it's been a tough 3 months for most of the automakers as well already in the Delhi region. Now the fact that the Supreme Court has gone ahead and banned the registration vehicles, and that's likely to continue. Take us through, what is first going to be the impact on the Fortuner as well as the Innova?
Well, of course, there's an impact on the Fortuner, and I'm very disappointed. I think a lot of the arguments we've made in court have not been heard or not been appreciated. That's all I can say.
Oh, yes, indeed. I totally understand that you must be disappointed by this. I wanted to also garner some more perspective from you. Is this decision that the Apex Court has taken today have an impact on car sales in other states as well?
I don't know. There are PILs in, I think there was one in Karnataka, one in Maharashtra, a couple of other states. I don't know what the situation will happen there as well.
But definitely for both the Fortuner and Innova, it's going to be impacted in terms of the sales. But a lot of the other foreign car makers as well have invested fairly heavily in diesel cars. Is this going to dampen the overall investor climate, you think? Could this have such far-reaching consequences?
We'll be having petrol and petrol Innovas and Fortuners available soon.
Okay. How soon would that be?
I think soon. I can't give you a date right now, but pretty soon.
Pretty
Very
soon.
soon.
And,
Yeah.
you did speak about how you are fairly disappointed with the Supreme Court's order today. But Mr. Kirloskar, if you could just, ballpark figure, quantify the impact of sales on your Fortuner and Innova and what it's going to be.
It's going to be impacted. I can't tell you the numbers. It was impacted the last 3 months. We've got some of those sales have come in the other parts of the country. We've been able to make up for that. But I think the government has done a lot to change, to put in regulation. They have decided to go to Euro 6 or Bharat Stage 6 by 2020. The investment in fuel is going on. They've increased duties on excise duty on large vehicles. I think all these, and plus they have put out a white paper on how to scrap old cars. I think the court has, I don't know whether they have recognized this or not, but there is action by the government. I think to say there's no inaction, but the government is also not correct. The government is taking action, and the current fuel that's available, we are all within the law. So we are following whatever regulation there is, not that we're doing anything out of regulation. Diesel cars are hardly accounting for a very, very tiny percentage of the pollution in Delhi. The other activities are causing most of it. So I think looking at all this, I'm a little disappointed.
Okay, and just want to know, I mean, you did say that the government has in fact taken steps, but what is it that you would, what measures are you hoping, apart from this diesel ban, what measures would you like to hear from the government? What initiatives would you like to see take place?
See, I think the government has taken whatever initiatives they have to take as far as vehicles are concerned. Now, whatever other initiatives are concerned is regarding other sources of pollution in Delhi, which are non-automobile sources are like 80% of the pollution sources in Delhi. I think action on those has to be taken.
Fair enough. And Mr. Khattar, before we let you go, wanted to just understand from you, we've been talking about how there are a lot of foreign car makers which have invested heavily in diesel cars in India. Do you think that this overall impacts the investment climate as well?
Very much, I think. I mean, let's face it, even among the present manufacturers, Honda never had a diesel. Maruti never had a diesel of their own, or Suzuki never had a diesel. It is because of the price differential which has been going on for so many years, and at some point in time the difference was about 28-30 rupees between the two, and these manufacturers are losing market share that they invested heavily in diesel. And now that they have got the diesel in-house and they are producing it, this ban has come and the future is uncertain. In fact, I read in the papers that the Honda MD in India was saying that I am finding it very difficult to explain to my headquarters that how did we persuade them to invest in diesel when the future was uncertain. I mean, here is an indication of the same. So I think it's not only automobile, because you see, one is the diesel cars, then you got diesel component manufacturers. They would also become impacted. And we are improving our exports of components. This effect is not only at the end product, on the downstream and the back end. You have many other players which would also be affected. So overall, yes, I agree. The message going is that, what we are ease of doing business, the sector we are talking about, this is uncertainty in policy.
Uncertainty in policy, and this is certainly going to be taken as a big setback for a lot of the auto manufacturers. Thank you so much, Mr. Kirloskar, as well as Mr. Khattar, for joining in and sharing with us your views on the breaking story right now that the ban on the high-end diesel cars is here to stay.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.